An American company has opted to trial a new experimental cannabis-derived drug on diabetics in Vanuatu as a result of stringent federal laws preventing the trial in the United States, according to the company's chief executive. The company, Phoenix Life Sciences International, was headquartered in the U.S. state of Colorado but relocated their operations to Vanuatu earlier this year to carry out clinical trials. Current laws in Vanuatu prohibit the cultivation of marijuana, but the company is planning to import the pills from a third party in the meantime as it awaits amended legislation to pass. In a recent opinion piece in the International Business Times, the company's chief executive, Australian-born Martin Tyndall, argued that the global cannabis industry is set to be worth $31 billion $43. $2 billion by 2021. But he believes the U.S. will be excluded from the market because the federal government is clinging to prohibition. As the founder and CEO of an adaptive healthcare solutions company developing cannabinoid-based medicines, I have an intimate appreciation for the effects of federal prohibition, he wrote. Unable to carry out research into cannabis-derived pharmaceuticals for diabetics in the U.S., we were forced to relocate our first production center to the Republic of Vanuatu in the South Pacific. The ABC's Pacific Beat program sought to clarify those comments with Mr. Tyndall, who previously said he chose Vanuatu as the site for the trials because of the country's diabetes epidemic. Mr. Tyndall backed the comments, saying, "Well, you can't produce it in the US and export around the world when it is federally illegal." There was definitely no force from the government, we just felt that we couldn't achieve what we wanted to achieve there, he said. But there are also other reasons Vanuatu was chosen as the trial site, he said, including Vanuatu's pristine environment for growing marijuana. For us to produce yields that are similar would require a greenhouse in Australia and North America. He said cultivating the marijuana used in the trials in Vanuatu would also help to reduce costs. Company works with Vanuatu government on drug laws. On March 5, Martin Tyndall and representatives from Vanuatu's Ministry of Health held a ceremony to open a new Phoenix Life Sciences clinic in the country's capital, Port Vila. The clinic currently provides free diabetes checks and health consultations for the local community in Arikor Village. It's the first of a number of clinics the company plans to open across Vanuatu to eventually provide and trial cannabis-based drugs on diabetics. One of the reasons that attracted us to Vanuatu was the ability to work through the Dangerous Drugs Act framework. Photo: Phoenix Life Sciences claims that its product, Phoenix Metabolic, using compounds extracted by the cannabis plant is an effective treatment for diabetes. PhoenixLife.co, Vanuatu's Dangerous Drugs Act currently prohibits the importation, cultivation, sale, supply and possession of cannabis. However, the Minister of Health is allowed to issue import permits at the request of any duly qualified medical practitioner or pharmacist, which has allowed Phoenix Life to begin its operations, importing from a third party, without any changes to Vanuatu's drug laws. In January, Vanuatu's former Acting Director General of Health Dr. Santaswari was hired as National Head of Healthcare for Phoenix Life Sciences operations in Vanuatu. He said amendments to Vanuatu's laws will allow the company to cultivate marijuana in the country. When the legislation, or the amendments to the Dangerous Drugs Act is passed, it will give us the move to set up a farm, Dr. Wari said. That legislation is expected to pass Parliament in coming months after Vanuatu's cabinet, known as the Council of Ministers, issued a directive last year to amend the act. No evidence cannabis works on diabetes. Phoenix Life Sciences claims that its product, Phoenix Metabolic, uses compounds extracted from the cannabis plant is an effective treatment for diabetes. We really see ourselves not as a cannabis company, but a healthcare solutions company, Mr. Tyndall said. Ruth Colagiri, an associate professor at the Menzies Centre for Health Policy in Australia, told Pacific Beat there were concerns about the health claims made by Phoenix Life Sciences. In fact, I think there are very few trials about it, so it's mainly used in palliative care. Usually when you start trialing something or start dispensing it, you have some preliminary evidence that it could be effective. In response to this criticism, Phoenix Life Sciences Mr. Tyndall said the lack of research was due to the prohibitive regulation of cannabis in many countries. Vanuatu's Ministry of Health has not responded to requests for comment about the work and products of Phoenix.